What's up? What's up? All right, let's talk about these four things, four skills, four areas that you have to actually have in order to lead a mastermind or group coaching program. Now, there's a lot of people out there who lead a lot of groups. You've led groups, I've led groups. We've all done it or tried it. But ultimately, good group leaders and the ones who are highly profitable have some basic core strengths. Now, all of these skill sets can be developed and learned over time if you have the right heart for it. If you don't have the right heart for it, and I mean that, the desire for it, you won't win. And I really don't want to be discouraging. I don't want to push anybody away in a bad way, but I do want to draw a clear line because a lot of you in this community are wanting to build your own high ticket mastermind or high ticket group coaching programs. You're looking for a way to increase profitability, lower the amount of time it takes, and actually really help people with your expertise, your skill set, your knowledge base. If you have a done for you agency, you're doing one-on-one coaching, whatever it is, it's way more efficient to teach that and often more transformative to teach that and help people grow in a group context. So let's just kind of draw a line in the sand here of who should be considering this and who should not be considering this. So if you want to go down the path of learning how to build your own high ticket group training program, you got to have these four things kind of in the quiver, ready to go. And that's so important. So let's just roll through this. Some of these are very soft skills, and you're going to see what I mean by sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Number one, you got to have a kind communication pattern. You got to be a kind and heartfelt communicator. That's really important. No matter what you're selling out there, if you got a done for you agency or done for you service, if you've got one-on-one coaching or consulting or groups, or you got a funnel that funnels up and sells people low ticket to high ticket offers, whatever it is for you, kind communication is so important. Now, I know there are caveats to this. There are some brands and some products and services that really kind of lean towards unkind communication. Okay. There's some markets that really soak that up. That doesn't happen to be a market that I want to be in or a market that I am part of or one that I like to lead. But I know some markets are more aggressive and that harsh tone actually sells better to that community. I get that. That's marketing. It's knowing your segment. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, even in the harsher market communication places, people want to be known. They want to know they're important. They want to be cared for. They want to know they have a place. And even in those segments, it's so important to have that space dialed in where you know, oh, that's me. I can connect. I can lean in and hear from that. That's a really important thing. So number one, you have to have a basic skill set on kind communication. Looking at the camera, looking at somebody in the eyes, and just encouraging them and letting them know, I'm here, I hear you, let's work on stuff together. That's so important for any kind of group leadership. When it comes to one-on-one or even more so product sales online, it's easier to be just whoever you want to be. If you're selling an online, like let's say vitamin or health supplement, you don't necessarily have to be the face of that brand. You don't have to hone those skills. But when it comes to group coaching and consulting or one-on-one or a lot of done for you services, you kind of have to be the face of that brand for a while. And so kind communication, super important. Number two, sales understanding. You have to have basic, and I'm not saying sales skill. I'm not saying being a sales expert. You have to have a basic understanding of selling. All right. Because when you're selling into a group mastermind, a group coaching program, and even better yet, high ticket programs like we build, that's really cool. But you have to know how to sell. And I don't mean you have to be an expert at it, but there's solid patterns that are already in place that most of us hear about and just kind of let pass over as we don't even notice it or ingest it, that really are important for selling low or high ticket stuff. And it comes down to just really understanding that. We've got tons more content about that. If you need content or information about that, reach out. There's tons of free stuff in the group here. There's tons of free stuff on our YouTube channel. Wherever you're finding this video, we already have lots of content there for you. But if you just want to kind of get unstuck there, reach out. It's so easy to learn how to sell effectively without being a pushy, creepy person. You just need to understand the pattern and then put your own personality into that. But having a sales understanding is super important. If you want to sell done for you services, one-on-one consulting, evergreen e-courses, or talking about here, group mastermind coaching programs, you got to make sure that you are selling in a way that's understandable and relatable to you and your market. That's so, so critical, and it's easier than you think to do. That is probably the most important hard skill that I'm mentioning here. You'll see the other ones aren't as important as learning how to communicate and sell. That's really, really important. Okay. Number 3, a desire to see others succeed. I know you might be like, Chris, come on. Yes, I want to see my clients succeed. Of course I do. No, for real, this is something that comes through in a sales pitch, in a sales pattern, and it definitely comes through in how well your students do. So we all kind of feel like imposters at times, right? We all get that imposter syndrome situation going on in our heads. And we think, what if I'm not good enough to sell? What if I'm not good enough to lead a group or a one-on-one or do a done for you service? What if I'm not there? That's okay. We all get there. We all feel that at times. But what's really, really important is making sure that you have that desire to see others succeed. Because if you roll into your very first group coaching experience and you're leading a group, 3 people or 30 people, and they've paid you $1 or $1 million to be in your group, it doesn't matter. If you've got that burning desire to see them win and see them succeed, then they will. Like, you'll figure out ways to, you're their expert. They're leaning in on you. You can't do the work for them at every stage. But if you want to see them win and you really believe that, you'll do what it takes to get those groups moving forward and winning. When I first started teaching masterminds and charging more money than I was used to charging for my expertise, I was like, oh my gosh, I was nervous, right? I felt like an imposter. I felt like, what if I can't get them the success that I've had or that others have had that I've coached one-on-one? Or that others have had when I've done for you services, whatever. It's okay. Just keep that commitment to making sure they win first and foremost in your mind. And your program, your product, your group, your curriculum, the way you structure it will develop. It'll become something that allows them to win as you grow with them. It's okay. You don't have to be all there amazing the first time. I'm not a big fan of calling first-time programs beta programs. Just show up and do your thing. You'll help them win if you got that commitment. Number 4. So we've talked about kind communication. You have to understand kind communication patterns. 2, this is so, I know this seems like, Chris, that's so soft. Really? What? No, for real. You got to be a good communicator. You got to let people know they have a home and a place and they're welcome with you. So important for group leadership. 2, sales understanding. You have to know how to sell. You don't have to be a sales rock star. You don't have to be an amazing closer, a pushy, creepy, slimy, soft, aggressive, easygoing, out there, out of control energy. You don't have to be any of those things. Be you, and you will learn to sell. It's a process. Lean in and ask questions about that. We have tons of free resources here for you on that, because that's a process you need to understand. 3, desire to see others succeed. Hold to that. Don't give up on that. That is so, so important. What's up, guys? It's great to see you. And 4, focused expertise. I'm mentioning this 4th very intentionally. Your expertise, what you know how to do, if it's marketing online, if it's coaching and consulting, if it's building masterminds like I do, if it's going out there and leading people through stage speaking events, whatever, writing and authoring books, I don't know, helping people through hard life situations, whatever your expertise is, believe it or not, that expertise is less important than kind communication, sales understanding, and desire to see them succeed. Your expertise will shine through. That's what you've learned to do. You've cracked the codes. They want what you got. Even if you're like only 1 or 2 steps ahead of the people you serve, it's okay. They want to get to that next step. Don't overthink this. Don't worry about being an imposter. Your expertise is less important than kind communication, sales understanding, and a desire to see them succeed. Particularly that 3rd one, when you're kind and you know how to help people see the right outcome for them by selling, even when they're done paying you and they're still in your group, selling is helping them make the right choice next, not just buying your program, but doing what's right for them, the next 10 steps they got to go through, and then helping them succeed and have burning desire for that. All of that will put your expertise on this platform that will get the work done. Your expertise doesn't have to be the first thing. It has to be the thing that's just there, ready when needed. And if you're like, oh my gosh, they just asked something in my group and I don't know how to do that yet, no worries. just simply say, hey guys, we're going to cover that soon. Go learn how to do it. Come back and do a bonus session on that one question you didn't know. It's not a big deal. They need somebody with your intentionality to help them crack the codes. That's what group leadership is all about. Group leaders are not the world's best experts. They are people who give people kind communication, basically a home. They are people who help people make right decisions by selling continually the right decisions. So people continually see, I'm empowered, I understand, I can make this choice. Not just about buying your product or service, but about doing what's right for them. And then a burning desire to see people succeed, building your course, building your recorded material, your bonuses, your templates, your trainings, your teachings, whatever. You're showing up live, showing up face-to-face in a real life space, showing up on virtual calls, whatever. What is going to help your people succeed? That's your focus. And then as they ask questions and need to get moved down the line, your expertise will show up. You don't have to worry about what curriculum you're going to build. You don't have to have 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 3 months of a curriculum built before you start communicating and selling. Just find the people and invite them to the process. That is so important. So these 4 things are absolutely critical for making sure that you can lead a profitable mastermind or group coaching program. And the reason I use the word profitable in all caps there is not clickbait. That's not me. Y'all know me well enough to do that. I mean profitable because so many people have group coaching programs or an e-course or an ebook or a Facebook group or a LinkedIn profile or a YouTube channel or something. There's people there, there's a group there, but it's not profitable. They're spending an enormous amount of time on it and it's not profitable. Getting to profitability is the big hurdle. It's really not that hard to attract a group of people who want to talk about the same things, same topics. It's extremely challenging for most of us to go from, oh, I did something that attracts a group to, oh, I'm making a ton of money on it. That leap right there is a really important leap. And these 4 things separate those 2 crowds very, very clearly. One of the biggest pieces that separates this crowd from just people who have groups and people who have highly profitable groups, obviously, is point number 2, selling. But selling is something you can overcome. That is a mechanical skill that you can learn and follow a process and understand how humans buy and how you can help them. But if you don't have kind communication and a desire to really help them succeed, then your expertise won't show through the right way and selling will become very difficult. So know those 4 things. If any of these 4 things are not like, oh my gosh, I got that, I can nail it, I can crush it, thank you, Chris, let's go, then lean in. There's tons of free content wherever you're watching this right now. And there's tons of information that our coaching staff has for you if you want more. It's not a big deal. If you're like, Chris, I don't know, man, I just don't know what to do. Lean in, ask questions, shoot us a message. We'll send you back messages. I don't care. We've built this community to make sure that you're getting where you want to go. So ask your questions. Don't stay stuck. You know how sometimes, at least for me, I'll be like on a product page for something I'm buying. I was looking at a new headlight for my bike the other day, and I had questions about it. And I spent like an hour and a half watching YouTube videos and kind of pinging around trying to figure out, is this the right light for me? And that little chat box kept popping up on the website for the product I was thinking about buying. And like later, I kind of smacked myself in the head. I was like, dude, just freaking ask on the chat box, does this product go with this thing and plug into this device? They would have said yes or no. It would have saved me so much time. Anyway, if you got questions, just simply ask. We're absolutely here to help. What's up? Good morning. So great to see everybody. So that's how it works. Those are the 4 things that are so important that separate just groups to highly profitable groups. Yeah, lots of nuance there. How much do I charge? How do I sell? How do I structure a group program? How do I attract the right prospects? How do I get them on sales calls? How do I even know if I'm offering the right thing? What if they say no? What about objections? I get it. Lots of questions there. Lean in, ask questions. We got tons of free content here. And if you have a question, we'll create more content around those questions and make sure you get your questions answered. All right, kids, y'all are awesome. Keep it up. Lean on that expertise. But most importantly, be kind. Encourage people to lean in on your expertise and have that burning desire to help them. And they will find you extremely valuable. Then it comes down to a basic sales understanding to help them make that decision to choose you with their credit card, not just with their eyeballs on a free video. Awesome. Oh, so thanks. Thanks for being here, guys. Make sure that you are leaning in on these simple principles, but then making sure, I'm going to go back and click this sales understanding, making sure that you're actually putting a real process in place to bring those relationships to a sellable conversation, and that you're helping them in a real way in the sales conversation. And that's easier than you think. It's just structure. Okay. Y'all know me well enough. You see a ton of my stuff here. I am not a salesperson. I'm not naturally wired. I'm not super out there. You see so many people that are way louder and more energetic and more fun than me in my videos. I just simply know what I know, and I have a real desire to see you change. And I know the process is in place to make you actually successful. It's the same processes I've used for me, because I'm not one of those people who just attracts people like crazy because I'm super crazy online. It's just not my personality. I don't actually do anything on my online personal profiles very often. I don't ever take pictures on the weekends and boost it. It's just not me. And that's okay. You can be you. You can understand the processes, lean in and ask questions. Shoot a private message over to us, ask questions here in these forums. We'll get you answers, because I want to make sure your expertise gets to the world. If we share, this is my passion behind this. If we share our expertise with the world, my only expertise is like just small. It's finite. I don't have everything. If we each share what we've got out there with the world, then yes, you'll make money. Yay, you. But you'll also change people's lives. And making money while you're changing people's lives is so, so great. Because yeah, you got to pay your bills and you got to have a life you want to have. But changing other people's lives is so cool, because you actually go to bed at night, you go on that vacation, you just chill out watching Netflix one evening, and you're like, that was really, really cool. Things started happening. I got to see so-and-so take a huge step today. You can do that. You can do that in a profitable way. You can do it in an empowering way, and you can do it in a way that changes your life, the lives of the people you care about in your family, in your community, and the lives of the clients and the people you serve in your community. Do this work, get the results. We'll talk soon, kids. Bye for now.